very welcome to our session today. It's the 39th session of Come Together, and we are really glad to welcome you today.
A very warm welcome at the 39th session Danube Networkers invite Come Together, connecting people in the time of Corona by culture. My name is Astrid. I'm from Timișoara, Romania, and I'm the first Vice President of the Writers League Timișoara. I'm very happy to moderate also this session and to present the program. First, in this session, we will start with a beautiful Romanian song, If Spring Would Come. After that, from Ulm, Germany, Astrid will present us the secrets of making spätzle. And after that, we will have subgroups and we will have exchange talking about our favorite typical dish from our countries. Then we will hear a beautiful Serbian poem written by Desanka Maksimovic and recited by Jelena Georgievich. At the end, we will hear a beautiful Bulgarian song, Blowing, interpreted by a vocal group. But starting with the first topic, and that will be the Romanian song, which in our language, the name is De-ar veni primăvara, If Spring Would Come, will be performed by Valeria Fărcaș. Valeria Fărcaș is a senior from the Day Center for the Elderly, #1 in Cluj-Napoca, Romania. And this center has as a director by Mihaela Markovic. And now, please, Valeria, we would like to hear your song.
Good evening. De-ar veni primăvara, la 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 la, să înverzească pajiștea, la 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 la. De-ar veni primăvara, la 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 la, să înverzească pajiștea, la 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 la. Să înverzească pajiștea, la 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 la. Să mă iubesc cu badea, la 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 la. Cât a fi vara de lungă, la 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 la. Să mă duc cu badea lungă, la 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 la. Cât a fi vara de lungă, la 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 la. Să mă duc cu badea lungă, la 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 la. Eu să număr stelele, ai la 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 la. El mie mărgelele, la 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 la. Bate-l, Doamne, pe badea, la 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 la. Cum bate vântul frunza, la 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 la. Și pe față și pe dos, la 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 la. Până ce-o doboară jos, la 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 la. Bate-l, Doamne, pe badea, ai la 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 la. Dar nu e bate dragostea, la 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 la. Bate-l, Doamne, pe badea, ai la 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 la. Dar nu e bate dragostea, la 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 la.
Bravo, bravo, Valeria. Foarte frumos, voce minunată. So Valeria has a beautiful voice, and thank you very much for your performance. And also I want to tell you that the lyrics of these songs are very beautiful because it is a love song, and she sang about how nice if everything will be green around us and she would be with her boyfriend. So thank you again. Multe, multe mulțumiri. After this beautiful song, I would like to give the floor to Victoria to present Astrid.
Yes, thank you very much. Also, thank you very much to Valeria. We had the opportunity again to enjoy your beautiful voice. Thank you very much. But now we are approaching the main presentation of this session, and to just introduce what is going to be happening right now. I would like to say that right now we're working on an international project, which is called InCult, Living Intangible Culture. And the goal of this project is to create an interactive game where different people or organizations will be answering questions about intangible culture in 6 different countries. These are Spain, Italy. We have the coordinator also today, the Giovanna from Italy, who also working for this project. Germany, it's us at Eloy. And then we have the Romania, Anna Tzlibutis coordinator, Serbia, and Bulgaria. I think Emily is also here today. So we're working on this game, and Astrid, who is the member of the learner group in Germany, is going to present today a very delicious German dish. It's called Spätzle, the Swabian noodle. Maybe it explains a little bit what Spätzle is. And this is one of the cultural treasures that the German learning group chose for the game. So I will give now the floor to Astrid. And Astrid, you can unmute yourself. You're muted. You're still muted.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome tonight I would like to introduce you to a Swabian specialty. Swabia is the German area where we live here in southern Germany, called the Spätzle. Spätzle is the word for small sparrow. So it's a very cute name for something that a lot of people really love. And the best way is to do that at home, although it does take some muscles to do it, which is why in our place, usually my husband does it. So first of all, what you need is you need some, I just see that I am already on the second. No, this is the first one. Okay, here we go. So it is handmade usually. And it is eaten from Baden to the Allgäu in southern Germany, and of course the rest of Germany too. What you need is a dough of flour, eggs, a little salt, and some water if necessary. It takes some practice to do it because whether you need more or less eggs or water depends on how many eggs you have, how large they are, and all that. So the general recipe is a pound of flour, 5 eggs, or if required some more, and a pinch of salt. So what you do then is you sift the flour into a bowl, you add some eggs, mineral water, and a good pinch of salt. And traditionally, it is beaten by hand, but in modern times, you can also prepare it with a mixer or some kind of kitchen machine. And if it is beaten by hand, yes, it does take a while and you need some muscles to do so. It's a good exercise for a workout. Depending on the consistency, you could add some water or some flour. Some, instead of water, prefer to use sparkling mineral water. So you beat the dough until it sort of bubbles, and then it is ready and you can rest it a little. If you boil, then the next step is to boil the Spätzle. You bring some water to boil and add some salt. And you let lumps or stripes of the dough drop into the water. I'll be telling you afterwards how you can do that. But there are 2 tips to go. If you need some longer Spätzle, you use little water and let the dough drop in from above so they have a longer way to go. And if you like them lumpier, just fill the pot with a lot of water and let the dough drop. But now the way to the water is shorter, and that is why they stick together more, and that is why they're lumpier. Then when the spätzle come to the top, just take them out and cool them in some salted water. And then you go on depending on what they're intended for. This is the traditional way of grating the dough into the water. You need a spätzle's board. You can see it maybe here. It is pointed at the end, and you need this grater. So you put the dough on top of the board, and then by hand you sort of scrape little pieces, little stripes of the dough into the water. And as you see here, if you've done it correctly, that's what happens, and you can see all the little spätzle in your water. That does need some exercise, and it is hard on your fingers, so it takes time and practice, and if you want to do it often and often, so that in the end you're really very expert at it. The easier way, don't tell anybody, is the Spätzlehobel. So people found that too difficult to do, and that's why they invented the Spätzlehobel. So what you need is this special Spätzle plane, some boiling water. And as you can see here, this is a screenshot from the internet showing all the different Spätzlehobel that you can have. So there are loads and loads of them today. On the top of a Spätzlehobel, there's a little compartment for the dough. And then you push it across round holes, and that sends all the drops of the dough into the pot below with water. And as I said before, depending on the form of the holes, also the spätzle will become longer or lumpier. Then you have one possibility of going on with them, which is the Allgäuer Kässpätzle. There you combine them with cheese and onions. So you pile the spätzle into a pot, layer by
Слагате специето в съответния съд.
or what we have here, the more Bavarian types of cheese. Be sure to finish with a layer of cheese and add some fried onions on top, and that's it. Then when you eat them, the cheese will be melting and will be having long stripes like that. And that is typical of the Allgäu, where we live here in southern Bavaria. And spätzle come with lots of different dishes, what we call Zwiebelrostbraten. Those are beefsteak, roast beef steaks and onions. Or what everybody loves is roast meat and a lot of sauce, many tins and cans of sauce. You can also have them with lentils and with a sausage called Wienerle, or even with sauerkraut, which I believe everybody knows, and bacon, what you call the Allgäuer Krautspatzen. So I do hope that either you can prepare them at home yourself, or why not come over to us, to our places, and have them here. We'd like to see you. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Astrid. It was very
You're welcome.
Interesting. It was also a very good presentation. I wanted to ask you, is it widespread in all Germany, or is it typical for this region?
Well, it is typical for this region, but since many people love to come here from northern Germany, it has spread all over Germany by today. But of course, very often in northern Germany, you will find ready-made spätzle, and they're not half as good as those that you make yourself. So, but for that, you need a husband to do them.
And are there also many different recipes, or is there like more or less one recipe? Because, for example, I don't know, in Russia, where I come from, we have this salad that everybody knows, and this household cooks it this way, then another household cooks it in a different way. So is there anything like this for spätzle?
Well, the basic dough is always the same. You need some flour and some eggs. And how much water you add depends on how many eggs or how large the eggs are. Sorry. So that is the general recipe. And then you can combine them with many other things, such as cheese or meat or sauce. In many restaurants here for children, you will find Spätzle and Soße, which is very often a dish for children that doesn't even cost anything. So what they then get is some Spätzle and a lot of sauce to go with it. And also the grown-ups love sauce, and that is what Spätzle are really good for, to take up the sauce.
Thank you. And what about your family? What is your side dish to Spätzle? What is the typical?
Well, usually we with the roast and the sauce, but we also like to do Kässpätzle. I love them. Yes.
We have in chat already, Hugh said, could the presentation be made available so we can try the recipe at home?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Astrid explains so very good. Tomorrow I'll make something for this example to eat tomorrow in the morning.
Okay. I'm happy to hear it. Hi, Elena.
Hi.
Yeah, great.
Yes, we are making in Romania such products in noodles, we say, with cabbage or nuts or different combinations. Yes, we like very much here. So, okay.
Can it be that you two have met, right, in Berlin?
Yes, I was very happy to meet Elena in Berlin. Yes, we spent an evening together walking around.
Yes,
we like to eat very much.
Yes,
together. Yes.
Maybe you did try Spätzle in Berlin. Or
not really. No, we were at a Vietnamese restaurant.
Yes.
Not Spätzle. International.
Or Elena, did you try anything typical German when you were in Berlin?
I don't know how to say in English, coverage with butter. I think something special in Germany. How to say in English, coverage? Some of...
Astrid, maybe you can
rolls.
I'm not sure what you mean, because...
Anna, what is...
Something like a pretzel, but typical for Romania. Something like
no, not for Romania, for Germany with butter.
Yes. Pretzel.
I like
the Butterbrezel. Yeah, the Butterbrezel.
I said pretzel in German.
That is also a Swabian specialty, actually, because you take a brezel, you cut it in half and spread usually a lot of butter on it, and then you put them together and then you eat them. And usually at conferences, at any events around here, you will have Butterbrezels as a snack in between.
Yes, I like very much.
Yeah, they're good.
Thank you. Thanks to you both. Just for those who don't know, there was a youth old conference, or no, it was more of a youth conference, but we had a young and old workshop online, and then in presence, the results were presented at the conference in Berlin. That's where Astrid and Elena met, and I hope there will be more such meetings in real face-to-face in real time. But the sessions, I think, are also a nice alternative.
We were the youth part, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much. I give the floor back to Anna.
Thank you, Vika. Now we have a contribution from Serbia, from Belgrade, and this is a poem for the Baron. This poem is written by Desanka Maksimovic from the collection of poems I Seek Pardon, and this poem will be recited by Jelena Đorđević from Zaprokol, Belgrade. And she is here. She will have the video with Jelena Đorđević reciting the poem for the Baron.
Da ću vam pesmu Desanke Maksimović za nerotkinje. Blagorazumevanje tražim za žene koje nisu dale Bogu Božje ni caru carevo, koje nisu zanikale u kolevci dete za neblagoslovene, za žene koje pred sobom nose transparente, snova i mašte, u čijem krvotoku samo pesme šume, za one čija srca plode mirisi i žubori vode, čija su naručja puna samo oblaka, koja kao ptice nad zemljom prave gnezda i vodeno cveće lepote rode. Za svakoga koji izlazi iz reda, svakodnevna nenaviknuta koji opčinjen luta, nekunt van truma drevna. Tražim pomilovanje, dragi care, za one koje su od mladosti rane privolele se carstvu poezije, koji trepere vazdan kao breze i mesečinom se zanose kao barka. Za Jefimije, za svete Tereze, za svaku Safo, za Jovanku od Arka, za sve zanete i nedovršene i za mene. Hvala.
We thank you. It is a very emotional poem, and I can tell you about the lyrics in English. It's about the women who do not have children, but who dedicate their lives to the poems, who join the kingdom of poetry, and in whose veins runs blood combined with poetry. A very emotional poem. Thank you, Bob, for the contribution from Serbia. And now we will have a contribution from Bulgaria. This time is a very nice song, Plowing, singing by the vocal group Singing Hearts from the Club of Pensioners and the Cultural House of Sretna Kula. The head is Mrs. Elena Mihailova from Ruse Municipality. And I would like to tell you about the song that a boy plowed and made 2 flower beds. One with scarlet flowers was for his favorite girl, Maria, and another, the second flower bed with small basil, was made for his father, Ivan. Emily, if you want to tell something more about the song.
Emily, you're muted.
About the song, this is the main information, but I would like to tell you that this is very active club of pensioners and also cultural house, and they have got many activities. I hope that in the future we can see other presentations from them.
Thank you, Emily. And now we will hear the song. It was very nice, very nice. A very nice Bulgarian song. Thank you, Emily. And I would like to thank you all for your participation. It was very nice to be with you and also to have the exchanging groups. I can tell you that in my groups, it was a superb atmosphere, I think in all groups. And Victoria?
Yes, Anna, thank you very much to you for your amazing moderation as usual. I would also like to thank all of you. I think the session, maybe also because of the topic, food, I think food has always connection to our hearts and to our homelands. And I really, as for me, I also really enjoyed it, especially the group exchange. Then I can also agree with you. We had a very nice journey through England, also a little bit of Russia, then Italy. And then we found out, for example, that Italians don't eat meat with pasta. So Giovanna was very insisting that no, bolognese is not good. And we had a lot of different funny things. We also got to know some Romanian dishes, found out similarities and differences. And I think that's the amazing thing, that even if we're from very different parts of the world, we find ways to connect and find similar things that we can talk about, especially when it comes to such topics as food. So I would like to thank all of you for joining today. It was a nice evening as usual together with you. I'd like to thank the translators as well, Elena and Nelly, for helping us, and all of the presenters, of course, because without you, there will be no program, no contributions. And we would like to invite you to the next session already. It's as usual in 2 weeks on a Sunday. And then the last session of the year, the Christmas one, as it was before. And we'd also like to encourage you to send us contributions for the online Advent calendar. I think Carmen talked a lot about it last time, and we have some contributions that are reaching us already. So we'd like to encourage you to send us songs or other contributions so we can make a beautiful Advent calendar this year as well. Carmen, you're muted.
Thank you very much. And concerning the online calendar, thank you for those who sent it to us, and thank you for those who are preparing something. But if you send it, don't forget to send us also, if it's a song or a poem, to send us the English version, because we would like not only to show what you are sending, but also to give some understanding. And so we will make subtitles in English, but we need to understand. And so thank you for bringing also this in.
Thank you very much, Carmen. I think it's time to say goodbye. But before we say goodbye, I forgot one person, Hannah, who managed for the first time very well the session technically. Let us clap. The first time, stressful, nervous, but it was successful. Thank you very, very much, and have a great evening in your countries, in your homes. Bye-bye, dear friends.
Bye-bye, all the best. Bye-bye.